Hey guys, what's going on? Resort here, and today I have a very interesting video about the perks that might appear in the new Mob of the Dead map. I took a lot of time and effort and thought into making this video, so I really hope you guys enjoy. Now, I'm pushing it here, but if we can get 100 likes on this video, that would be fantastic. I started asking for likes a while ago, and it seems like you guys really do listen to me, and I really love the feedback that I've been getting in the past videos, so that is just epic. And before we start the video, I want to give a big shout out to Codeman Games again. He's the person that made my avatar and my background. I shouted him out in my last video, and he made me an intro. So I hope you guys enjoy the intro. I think it's boss. I did cut out the end to make it a little short, but the intro is pretty boss. His link will be in the description, so I highly recommend you go subscribe to him. Alright, now to the main topic of the video, which is bootlegged perks. Now, with the map being set during the Prohibition era, which was the era that alcohol was pretty much banned completely, and people had to do pretty much shady things to get alcohol. They did anything they could to get a hold of alcohol. I think it highly deals with what they're going to do with perks on the new map. Now, I had a feeling that instead of the regular perks that we've had in the old maps, Jug, Speed, and stuff, we're going to have bootlegged versions of them. So with Jug, we'll have half the effect it does. With Speed, it'll be half the speeds, and stuff like that. So in this video, I'm pretty much going to do my theory on if there is going to be bootlegged perks or nerf perks, what they would be for every perk that we've got so far, even though they might not be in the maps. Alright, now for the main demonstration of this video, where I show the actual perk and the bootlegged version. This is where the time and effort actually put into this video came about. I made a Photoshop layout for each perk, and they actually turned out nice, so I hope you guys enjoyed. So the first perk that we're going to start off with is Juggernaut. It enhances the player's health by 250%, and it costs 2,500. This one's really easy. You just divide everything by 2, and it comes up with the perfect bootlegged perk. It enhances the player's health by 125%, and it costs only 1,250. I see this as the equivalent to Permajug, or it might be weaker, but if this does get implemented to the game, which is a really good idea and something Treyarch would really do, I think that you can buy the bootlegged version twice, and it'll turn into the regular version of the perk. It'll unlock its full abilities. I thought that was a neat idea to go with this. Now, the next perk that I'm going to be demonstrating is Speed Cola. It has two abilities: decreases reload time by 50%, and actually allows you to build barriers by 60%, and it costs 3,000. So again, you just divide everything by 2. The bootlegged version of this perk would decrease the reload time by 25%, allows barriers to be built for 30%, and it costs only 1,500. The next perk is Quick Revive. It decreases the player's revive by 50% in co-op, and allows the players to revive themselves in solo by giving them the Mustang and Sally. It costs 1,500 in co-op and 500 in solo. So the first part of this is pretty easy. Decreases the player's revive time by 25%. It's still pretty faster than the actual revive time, and it might help for only 750. Sounds like a good deal. But then when you're actually down in solo, it doesn't give you the Mustang and Sally, and it only costs 250. I think that's a pretty good loss. You might be trapped when you come back alive if it's a high round, but I thought it is a very good deal for only 250. Now the next perk is Double Tap. This is the first version of Double Tap. I didn't think that there would be a good bootlegged version of Double Tap 2. Double Tap 2 is the 2 bullets per shot, where I don't see a bootlegged version. You can't, 1 bullet per shot would just be, a regular gun. But the regular version of Double Tap increases the player's fire rate by 25%, and it costs $2,000. So the bootlegged version would be increases the player's rate or player's fire rate by 12.5%, and it only costs 1,500. Seems like a somewhat worthy perk to get. Now, Stamina Up increases movement by 7% and increases sprint duration by 100%, and it costs 2,000. So the bootlegged version would be increases movement by 3.5% and increases sprint duration by 50% and it only costs 1,000. Now PhD was pretty hard. It gives the players immunity to falling damage and explosive damage, and it triggers a strong explosion to diving to prone. So if you guys have a better idea of what the bootlegged version of this perk would be, please leave it in the comments. What I thought a good bootlegged version of this would be is that it gives the player a lot less damage against explosive and falling damage, but it can still kill you if you cause too much damage to yourself. And then it triggers a weak explosion when diving to prone. So when you do dive to prone, it still triggers some kind of explosion that doesn't hurt you, but it is a lot weaker than the actual PhD. Now, Deadshot is different on PC than on consoles, so I just used the console version for the sake of this video. It increases the hipfire accuracy by 35%, it reduces recoil and idle sway on all weapons, and changes auto-aim to target head instead of torso. Now, I thought of two different things that the bootlegged version could be. It could either be increases hipfire accuracy by 17.5%, that's for both of them, and then changes the the target to head instead of torso. So you just take out one of the options. Now the other one would of course be the opposite of that. It reduces recoil and idle sway, but it then takes away the auto lock onto the head. So if this was a bootlegged version, it'd be one of those, or maybe it'd be random. That'd be pretty cool. Now the next perk is Mule Kick. It obviously gives the player the ability to carry 3 guns. Now I had a hard time with this too, and if you guys have a better idea of what this could be, please leave it in the comments below. These are two things from my friend Justin and Quiz. They gave me ideas for this. Gives players a M1911 as the 3rd gun, but you can't trade it. Thought that was a good idea. You can have the M1911, it'd be a free way to get it, and then you can upgrade it or do whatever you want with it. Or the 3rd gun you purchase has half the damage and ammo. That is another good idea. Or somewhere in the forums there was something called 2-gun tequila that someone made up, and it said that if you get the same guns in the box, they increase in everything, in damage and ammo, so I thought that was another good idea. Now the next perk is Tombstone. It allows players to collect back their equipment after death with the power-up. Now the bootlegged version obviously would be to allow the players to collect some of their equipment after death. So it might be just their guns, it might be just their perks, but the possibilities for that are endless. Now the last perk of this video is Who's Who. It allows players to spawn a doppelganger when they die, and you can pretty much revive yourself or do whatever. You spawn with an M1911 and everything is free. Now the bootlegged version would be a slower revive time, so when you're reviving yourself it is actually slower than it should be, and you get less time to be in the doppelganger mode. So I think it's a minute 30 seconds. I might be wrong, it might just be a minute, and then in the bootlegged version it'll just be half the time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this idea. I really hope this gets implemented either in this map or even a custom map. I'm gonna slide this by my friends and see if they can actually implement this into their maps. Quiz did say that he was gonna do something like this, like a weak version of Juggernog and PhD and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I put a lot of effort into this video, and I really hope you did like how the video turned out. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I'll be out. Peace.